welcome to another exciting edition of The Ravens Flock. It is Saturday, July 2nd. We are now in the month of July in this awesome summer here. Everything is burning up, including geek-related news.
Including our hardware.
Including our hardware, yes.
We just had to swap a mic out.
For better or worse, we are going to go through this scorcher together, folks. I'm your host, Jose Casabona, founder of this awesome channel and also host of Wrestle Rewind. Joining me on my right is the host of the Black Files, my tag partner for Wrestle Rewind, the man who puts in the man hours behind all the videos that we produce on this channel every single week, whether it's rain, sleet, or snow, or this scorcher weather that is aforementioned, Mr. Juan Arauz.
Thank you for that lovely introduction, and don't you ever forget the mister.
And joining us live via satellite audio only is the host of Los Amigos Play, a man who will be burned just like everyone else in this summer, regardless of where he is, Mr. Angel Mendez.
I survive because the fire within my heart burns hotter than the fire around me. It will take more than the sun to bring me down. Good to see you guys.
Fire burns always.
Until you wake up one morning and then you smell cooked Cuban and you're like, hey, what's burning? Oh, wait, it's me.
I'll be like, then finally, I finally found the true Cuban sandwich. It was me all along.
The true Cuban sandwich was the friends we made along the way.
Oh. All right.
Also delicious long pork. That's the key ingredient, apparently.
All right, before we get into it, folks, much like all our shows on this channel, we are simulcasting on youtube.com/TheRavensFlock and twitch.tv/TheRavensFlock online. Hit the subscribe or the follow button on the bottom right corner of your screen underneath. Well, can you put it right there? Thank you.
Hang on a minute.
Okay.
I didn't do the thingy. Give me a second.
Ah!
There's our intro again. There it is.
Underneath the X.
Right
here.
there.
Perfect.
Yeah, and you know what? I forgot that I still had my hair tied back, so I need a second.
It's all.
Because
Go
I'm
right.
about to cut it to some shit. We have a minor...
Hang on, I'm not done yet. X signifying being the 10 years that we've been doing this amazing content here on this channel. 10 years that you have been with us throughout this amazing historical ride. And, of course, leave your questions and comments down below, and we will answer them during the duration that we are live. All right, Juancho, cut loose.
Before I do see we've got Nikki Bella and Amazing Gamer 111 on the chat. Hello, folks.
Hello.
Welcome to the
Hello.
Ravens Flock. I
Thank
see
you.
Amazing Gamer saying, "Good evening, gentlemen. Was gone the whole month watching Stranger Things season 1, 2, and 3 for the first time, and new season 4. Which I won't spoil. Glad to finally be back in the audience. Thank you, Amazing Gamer 111, and thank you for not spoiling."
Yes.
I'm one of the few people on planet Earth who has not seen a single frame of Stranger Things,
I'm 3 seasons behind.
and
I
I'm
am
going to.
many seasons behind, too.
What's up, Angel?
I am also several seasons behind. There's a lot of stuff we gotta catch up with.
Yeah, I hear it's all right. I hear it's good, and I hear it's really, really amazing stuff. I will be the judge of that for myself. But first off, Joe, let's lose the eyewear for a minute.
All right.
Because we're about to drop some shit before we get started.
Before we get to any of the news, yes.
Before we
this
get
is
into
actually
any
rather
of the
serious.
news, earlier today, our brother-in-arms, the Lord and Ruler of the Popcorn Planet, Mr. Andy Signor, made his announcement that he was taking the weekend off to celebrate the 4th of July weekend with his family the best way he knows how, which is going to St. Petersburg and relaxing in a nice weekend beach getaway. Very nice
Sounds
for you,
good.
Andy. I hope you have a great time.
Of course.
However, that appears to have signaled people who don't like the fact that he, along with many other folks in the online community, decided to help out and stand up for Johnny Depp during the defamation trial between Depp and his ex-spouse Amber Heard. So much so to the point that a phony YouTube channel, and I say phony because these guys, while they have a channel ID, like while they have an actual channel thing, they don't upload any content. They don't have any actual subscribers. What they do, though, is they try to redirect people to other people's playlists, and they're trying to flag Andy's his original video that he put out over almost 2 or 3 years ago, where he was explaining how he was falsely accused of sexual misconduct and coercion, and this channel by the name of Vivid Vocal decided to try to flag YouTube down to try to get that video taken down.
Do not look for this channel. Do not subscribe to them.
No, there's no
Do not
subscribing
give
to them.
them
They have no
views.
content. They have no content. They have no sense. They've got no brains because you know what they did? They made a serious mistake. They came after Andy, who's a friend to the Ravens flock. And I'll tell you this right here and right now. The Ravens flock doesn't start fights, but we do end them. You come after our man, you come after us. Bring me the fucking bullseye so they know where to aim. Thank you. Go ahead and aim
Let me
it
put
right
it
here. Center
For
mass,
souls.
dead center. If you're gonna come at us, you better not miss. You better come at us and you better get us the first shot because I swear if you try to come after us with anything more than that, we will take you down. With untold fury, with untold vengeance, and we'll say it with a smile on our faces because quite frankly, I'm tired of this crap. We're trying to move on beyond the Amber Heard bullshit, but someone's trying to keep stoking the fires because they think that anybody who is apparently got any sense should believe a liar like Amber Heard. And in this defense, they're trying to say, oh, Andy's trying to harass and intimidate the woman that accused him. Like, no,
Yeah,
fuck that
no.
crap. Fuck that bullshit. That's not how this shit works. Anyone who actually seen the video knows that he acquitted himself and exonerated himself expertly.
Yeah, and I was going to say,
will forever
even
be
if you take-
surprised.
Even if you take
Sorry.
this whole Amber Heard thing out of this whole equation, this does bring a good a message that we do need to get out to all the folks in the audience. You know, because you said yourself, Andy Signor is already acquitted. He's already brought receipts and evidence to prove his innocence. And at this point, like people, it's just idiots bringing up old stories, old controversial stories, just to throw some egg at someone's face. And this is a concept that really, really, really needs to stop. It's being repeated by people who don't like certain individuals, certain personalities.
Just because it happens to not fit their narrative. So
Don't
I hope-
forget,
What's up,
this is
Angel?
the internet. Your sins remain there. Even when you're proven innocent of them, all of the garbage remains in all of its trite uselessness, specifically so assholes can pull it out and dig it on you just to shit on something that you may have done or said that disagrees with their point of view. In this case, Andy committed the cardinal sin of being right. We can't have that shit.
Apparently not, but we'll show them and we'll make sure that we're putting Vivid Vocal on fucking notice here. You're on our shit list over here, buddies.
Pretty much. Like,
So
now,
if
folks,
even if you're a bot or whatever, for the record, we're not actually asking anyone to go harass them.
No.
But don't give them the time of day.
well, let me get my point out, folks. And folks watching, take this as a learning lesson here. If you don't like a certain person on social media, if you don't like what they're saying, what they're doing, if you don't like them that much, then the practice is simple. Just leave them alone, block them, unfriend them, take them out of your social media history, and just move on.
But if they can't find themselves to do that, these guys are doing it on purpose, Joe. It's not that they're trying to dig it out. They're doing this shit
Yeah,
because
there's
they're
nobody
trying
to
attack
educate
Andy.
here. These are just assholes being assholes because they want to be assholes. The entire world knows the situation regarding Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. At this point, it's basically common knowledge that the man has proven himself innocent. The people defending her at this point are either bots or completely delusional,
Rather
which would seem
defending him.
unrealistic, but this is social media. And we know for a fact that people will happily break their own fingers upon their keyboards before admitting that they did something wrong.
No, I get that point. I get that. I was just trying to make a general statement.
Okay, well,
Because
we're trying to
it's-
be
because it's-
specific.
Okay, fair.
All right, so, and I hope you'll pardon me, but we do not tolerate bullshit, especially when it comes to people trying to attack friends of ours, because we know the truth. We know that Andy actually went ahead with receipts. He proved himself completely innocent. He proved himself that he wasn't this big harassing sexual monster that everyone's trying to claim that he is. And we'll say it again and again. We stand with Andy,
Yes.
no matter
Yeah.
fucking what over here on this end.
The Ravens flock stands with the innocent. What a surprise.
Go fucking figure.
How is this a surprise, Angel? Hang on. How is this a surprise?
It isn't. I was being
Okay, fair.
sarcastic.
Being sarcastic, Jose.
Okay.
You need to remember how to interact with with people socially again. You're forgetting
To be
how to
fair,
talk to
though.
people in panels. You're forgetting to listen to people's opinions. You're forgetting how to understand sarcasm. You're forgetting how to brush your teeth. You're forgetting that you've got to brush for your beard. You got to relearn how to be human again, because you are human after all. If you don't believe me, look into those eyes.
They already saw 5 minutes of my eyes. They're good.
Listen, sometimes the necessity to remain private is one of the things that sticks within your soul as a matter of psychiatric shielding against the horrors of the world. The point we're trying to get here is the fact that Andy said the thing. Somebody disagreed with him, and in what I can only describe as a brain-dead move, decided to start digging into his past to make him look bad. Here's the part that I don't understand, though. This doesn't change the fact that Andy was right. Like, both may call the kettle black, but the kettle's still black. There's no changing that. So this only makes him look like an imbecile. It makes Andy looks better because somebody's trying to attack him with something that he's not responsible for, and it makes him look right. Because if this is the way that you react to being told something that you don't agree with, then how do you expect anybody else to agree with you? See what I mean?
No, I agree, and you do bring up a good point. None of this changes the fact that Andy was right.
And he still is.
Indeed.
So, anyways, but yeah, no, we do stand with Andy. We do stand with our friend Andy here, and we will not tolerate any of that level of bullshit here on our social media platform.
So, as far as we're concerned, if you're going to try to come after us, Vivid Vocal, which isn't even a real YouTube channel, which isn't even a real content creator, we're pretty certain it's a bot channel that is
Most
only
likely.
being used in order to try to do some sort of social engineering bullcrap against people who dare to repeat the truth of Amber Heard's a fucking liar. Then, yeah, they better, if they want to come after us, they better not miss. Because I tell you, it'll be fucking hilarious when we see them eating dirt afterwards.
Speaking personally as someone who has been attacked before, not in that level as Andy has, but regardless, yeah, no, it's not going to work. We've had shit thrown in our faces, and look at where we are right now.
Indeed.
I swim through the waters of 4chan. You have to bring at least 3 times as much toxicity if you wish to stain my soul.
It's true. Angel swims in a toxic sewage of the internet. This shit doesn't faze him at all.
Come in. It's warm.
I don't think we should. I think that's a terrible mistake, Angel. Let me see. Amazing Gamer. Let's see. Mess with one, you mess with us all. You're goddamn right. The Angel shit fan is back on here. Hi, everyone. Happy 4th weekend.
Welcome back.
Let's see. Hi, Nikki Bella. Many positive vibes being sent. Good to see you guys. Thank you so much. And Amber Heard's bots need to get a life, says Nikki Bella. Yep.
Yes, indeed. Well, now let's go ahead and move on. Let's get over to the main point of discussion here.
Holy
it's
shit.
Kind of be weird segueing from this to what we're going to talk about.
Well, considering that we went to, that we have experience going to one convention that was overly packed, seeing another coming out with people talking about how insanely jacked out and insanely overcrowded this one is more hysterical. We're talking, of course, about Anime Expo.
Yay!
Joseph, why don't you go ahead and fill them in on the details while I get the technical stuff over here.
All right, give me a second here. I'm going to pull up the stuff here. Live research.
Live research, courtesy of the Ravens flock. Hooray. Don't you
That's
love
how
it?
you know we are authentic. We don't have a script. We only have our hopes and dreams and the seat of our pants, which we ever so carefully fly to at the speed of sound.
All right, here we go. Let's see.
Let me see, plan your trip. Where's the trip at? Jesus jumped up Christ. Could you guys help me out here?
It just vanished into the ether.
I don't think I should try that. Oh, Lord.
Here we go. This one is from nerdbot.com, and this was posted yesterday by Nerd Voices. The headline reads...
Send me the link so we can go ahead and bring that up. Apparently, folks, Anime Expo, one of the bigger conventions over here. If I'm not mistaken, it's in Los Angeles. Am I right?
Yes, it's in Los Angeles, California, and
California.
they were, and the photo that we've shared on the thumbnail is not an exaggeration. They were filled to a past maximum capacity. You have no idea how many people were there.
And apparently neither do we, because we're only pulling it up now.
All right.
Snap.
All right,
go
here
ahead
we
and
go.
show them the details,
headline
man.
reads, I sent it to you and Angel, too.
Yep.
The headline reads, Fire Marshal halts entrance to Anime Expo Los Angeles due to crowds. And the article goes on, the stuff of nightmares. Well, it's the stuff of nightmares. Truly, it's been literal years since large-scale events have happened without some measure of crowd control. It seems popular annual anime conventions like Anime Expo has some issues this morning with an overwhelming number of attendees. According to Anime News Network and several other online sources, the Los Angeles Convention Center, or LAC, because I like abbreviations, and fire marshal halted.
Here's the article, by the way, folks, right here on the live chat. That way you can follow along with us.
And fire marshal halted attendees entering the event around 9:44 a.m. Pacific time. Doors for day one on July 1st were supposed to open at 8 a.m. So our theory of this was the line quelling to get in is inaccurate. The event is requiring proof of full COVID vaccination and or negative test, as well as full face coverings for all attendees.
Well, at least they're trying to keep people safe from the goddamn virus. We can't get away from the damn thing. It killed us almost. Fuck. Well, except for you, Angel.
Almost still means no.
Now, unfortunately...
Except you, Angel, because apparently you're built different.
That is correct. I am very much in fact built different.
You're just having fun with your freaking modulators over here.
I mean, you brought you brought it up. So.
Yeah, I know. Still.
Well, anyways,
And-
unfortunately, there's not much. There's not much more information from this article. But it does show a tweet here of a photo of LACC and the fire marshal no longer letting anyone into the Anime Expo on day one on July 1st.
Holy shit!
So
Okay,
I gotta find
I gotta
out.
admit, that's
so if the
very impressive.
if it gets to the point where the fire marshals have to step in to help reinforce the security at the convention center, then yeah, maybe you might want to consider putting a cap on how many people could come in and go.
To be fair, though, I don't think they were expecting to reach a cap. Where did this took place again?
Los
In what location?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. And I'm going to go ahead and assume that their convention center is somewhere between enormous and Xbox huge. Most likely, when you rent out a place this big, the last thing you expect to hear is, bro, we ran out of space. Like, there's literally no space. The people can't move. Everybody's stuck in here like a sardine in a can. I mean, what was the name of that con we went to again? The one we went to before?
MegaCon Orlando.
MegaCon. Now,
MegaCon Orlando.
Our MegaCon we went to, as you know, was packed as shit. And as opposed to the one in Los Angeles, this one was underground. We were in an enclosed place.
Hang on a
what they
minute.
were
Minor correction, Angel. I'll stop you right there. We were only in one area, the dealer's room. There's more to the convention than the dealer's room.
True. But in that dealer's room, which was essentially packed on the ground, there were so many people we could barely move. But there weren't so many people that everybody just went, there's not enough room for all these people. This is something that is admittedly somewhat unprecedented. I guarantee you, no one, nor the people like directing this service, nor the people in charge of the logistics of it, genuinely expected the fire marshal to show up and go, there is literally too many people here. The BO cloud is killing nearby plants and graying the clouds above you. Get out.
Right. Yeah, well, it also depends on the popularity of the con too. Like, I haven't looked up the lineup as to what guests were there for Anime Expo, but you know, if it's popular enough, they create if a con's popular enough, they'll create the demand, and all the people will come a flocking. All the pun intended.
Well, I was actually looking over some of the stuff because I know the Anime News Network is set up to work with Anime Expo, and they're showing stuff from the dealer's room and the artist alley and stuff. Holy shit bags! Well, first off, their panel was packed to the brim, which is nice. That's nice, but that doesn't really exemplify the packedness of the rest of the convention. For any of you who knows, Anime News Network is exactly what it sounds like. They are an online news service that talk all anime all the time, which is fun. They're our kind of people.
Exactly.
The nerdhood here. Take a look at the immensity of the weebitude.
Wow.
I'm gonna show it to you, Angel, and I'm gonna show it to the folks, to the fine folks at home watching on their YouTube machines.
Yeah, by all means, go right ahead. But getting
shit.
back to the point, it's. Like, on the one hand, we shouldn't be surprised because, such big mammoth conventions, they
do occur.
Crowds, they go hand in hand. But
There's
man,
the
at
link.
this point, At this point, how long before we get a football before a football stadium starts hosting an anime convention?
We already have one. It's called the Orlando Convention Center.
It's a
Oh,
football stadium.
Yeah. Have you not? Whereas I'm the
Whoops.
only one walking back and forth through the convention.
I'm sorry, but if they don't officially call it a football stadium, Juan, then it doesn't count.
they don't want to call it a football stadium because they're afraid that all the other dudes that play football will show up and dunk them in the toilets again.
Wow.
That's right. It is time to go
Sound
back
mind
to
is
tradition, baby. June is over. Pride month is gone. It's time to become homophobic again.
Apparently, and the first thing you do is to give nerds a swirly.
Yes. Why do you,
Sound-
that's they don't say it.
Sound Mind is on the chat. They're saying, hello, Sound Mind, by the way. Welcome to the Ravens flock. They're saying,
Hello.
I bet it smells good in there.
Well,
See, that is sarcasm, Jose. Do you not see the...
Okay, we're getting off topic. Let's get to the. Let's focus on. Let's focus, please.
jumping back.
Yeah.
Point in case is the place is full to the brim, and full to the brim is full to the brim. So now we have way too many people in one place. And here's the question, though. Could it be, and mind you, I'm just spitballing here, could it be that the reason why this event is so packed is because Los Angeles also went through a similar event that Florida did? Imagine, if you will, other states must have their own numerous smaller cons for their more niche tastes. And all of those most likely have been impacted by the events of COVID-19. What if they went through the exact same we did? What if there were so many small cons that shut down or simply ceased to exist that at this point, all competition has been erased and only the big one is left? So the reason why there are so many people is because it's not just newcomers and old-timers. It's literally everyone else going, well, listen, I got all this budget, I got all this cosplay, and I have no responsibility for my own finances. I got to do something with this.
Yeah,
shit.
Before I share my theory, a comment from SoundMind. There is an added bonus of Smash players too in Anime Expo.
Well, I hope they
I
enjoy
don't know if you
themselves.
want to call Smash players as added bonus to anything, but I'll take your word for it.
Well, I hope they have a good time, but is there enough elbow room for people to use their controllers? Like, imagine.
No.
Here, actually, don't even need to imagine. Here's an example.
We don't use
You have the
controllers.
silver
We
'cause it's
use.
platinum. I got the purple because that's my favorite color.
Excuse me. Excuse.
Yeah.
What is
Okay.
this? What is this
Don't bother me,
plebeian
man. I'm
shit?
trying to swallow you with curry.
I'm fucking done with the
I gotta launch you, man.
I gotta take it down
See.
with Fox McCloud.
Arr!
You're
That's how I
slow.
know.
I gotta get that Smash ball. Your
I'll
character's in
take
my
you down,
way.
man. Oh my god damn! I said Bell's Frogs, Big Cherry, Peter
This is
Pan,
how I
Magic
know
Cheese,
you guys haven't played Smash
All right?
Bros. in
Sora's
years.
the goodest boy, and I'm gonna beat. Now imagine like 50,000 people crammed in like that. Not even.
Fun fact, one, it's actually worse than you've showed because pros don't use controllers. They use fight sticks. And you know what size those fucking things are?
Fight.
They're roughly the size of your forearm.
What?
You know what a fight stick is?
Fight sticks? What the fuck? Wait, are you talking about like freaking control pads, like the old school?
Yeah. Those are
arcade
called
pads?
fight sticks.
What?
Those are called fight sticks. There's actually quite a profitable industry on making customs of them. Pretty cool designs
you're right.
too.
Fucking what's his name?
Bullshit. Send us a picture.
Kenny Omega uses
Yeah.
those, and he's
I'm
an
gonna show
indie.
you some cool shit.
But you're not wrong. Like, oh my god, imagine having like those friggin' old school arcade with the big joystick in one hand
And trying to smash the
six buttons. Yeah, that. Now imagine people friggin' elbowing each other to death like that.
I gotta mash this button.
Yeah, no, fuck
Yeah,
that.
it's kind of like that. Mind you, I do understand that in the actual official tournaments, most of the time they keep some elbow room with the players. I send you the picture, by the way, to make sure that they, don't end up accidentally Muay Thai-ing each other while they're fighting. But more importantly is the fact that, unfortunately, the reputation of the Smash community has never recovered since last year when they became victim of a deluge of, sadly, accurate sexual harassment allegations. And as of recently, another Smash player has been sent to jail because he stabbed his mom to death.
Wow. Oh, wow. This got dark real fast. Angel, what the fuck, bro?
Also, for the record,
You were expecting me to give you something easy? No, motherfucker. Here's a pine cone. Chew on it.
but it's all dry and prickly.
I want to see you chew it.
Wow,
By the way,
Angel.
Angel, the photo that you sent us, this curly hair dope, that is Kenny Omega.
I know. That's
God
exactly
damn.
the guy I was looking for.
God damn.
Oh,
Super
watch-
Stab Bros Melee. Oh my God, thank you so much.
So I know your hate for the Young Bucks, but put a little bit of
Kenny Olivier? No thanks.
Fuck. That's
Sound
terrible.
Mind
I
is
love
also
it.
Saying, I've been to Anime Expo. It's so busy, someone will touch your ass intentionally or unintentionally. And it says your
Please
friend is
be
right. It
wary.
is pretty fancy and it is a high-end business. So go fucking figure. That's what I get for not.
Hang
doing
on,
my
Sound
homework.
Mind also said in the comments, Super Stab Bros Melee.
Something's gone wrong at the happy land of Nintendo.
Oh my
Me and
god.
you and you and me, so happy. Oh my God, no! I'm not even gonna go there with.
Don't finish that train of thought.
Ugh.
Juan. Dude,
Well,
you're
yeah,
giving
no,
Angel
a dude
pure
straight up
satisfaction.
got
You're
sent
gonna
to
give
jail
Angel
because he killed his
satisfaction.
mom.
Don't do it.
No, there is no satisfaction here. There is just straight up tragedy. A dude killed his own mom, and he went to jail, and he's part of the Smash Bros. Community. So, just in case the reputation wasn't bad enough, we're gonna dump another bucket of shit on top of the pile.
How old is that news, that day incident?
Let me find out.
Yeah, well, you
this
find out,
sounds
folks.
urban. This sounds like an urban legend myth kind of thing, but shit, I
folks-
believe it.
Oh,
And
no,
folks
no, no, no,
watching,
no, no,
what do you think
no.
of this,
It appears that
situation?
this happened
Hang on, Angel, before you get to
one
that.
day ago.
Angel, hold your thought.
Wait, hold on. When did he say it took place?
1 day ago. Please finish your sentence,
day
Joe. I
ago.
apologize for the interruption.
Okay, that is current. All right, we will get to that. But folks, let us know in the comments right now, what do you think of these current events going on with Anime Expo? Have you ever experienced going into any type of convention as overcrowded as Anime Expo or any other big mammoth convention here in the United States?
Why are we trying to wrap on this story already? We're just getting to the meat of it. Some motherfucker stabbed his mom.
We're about to talk
It's a
about the
Smash
motherfucker
Brothers
stabbing the
his
mom
I can-
because Angel brought it up.
I could smell a
Hey,
Smash
you asked the
documentary,
question.
says Sound Mind. Also, speaking of Angel bringing it up, let me turn up the volume over here because we have our
Apologies. I was hoping that I could connect to the assistance, but it seems that the news I was carrying a little too heavy. That being said, I do sincerely hope that all the people that are going to Icon take the necessary precautions. We know how this kind of thing goes. Even if you had the vaccination, you are not completely risk-free. And though many of us will most likely run to the disease and let it out in the form of just a nasty cold that might last a week or two, sometimes it's better to play it safe instead of being very, very sorry. I should know. I just had my second jab today.
Holy shit!
Wait, second jab today. You took one of the 2 jab vaccinations, didn't you?
Yep, and that will be the last time, bearing actual necessity, that stupid fucking needle will touch my skin.
Holy fucking holy, dude!
I mean, you call it
Necessities.
stupid, but later down the road, if a higher power forbid, anything does happen to you, your body will thank you.
That's the thing, though, my friend. It already did, long before I took this vaccine.
Well, the way I always subscribe to the philosophy when it comes to medication, it's better to have and not need than to need and not have.
True. But also, I subscribe to the philosophy of fuck the pharma industry.
No, I say fuck Konami and fuck Walmart, but that's my
That
own
too.
philosophy.
Yes, no, I agree. You're correct.
But yeah, let's get it. But yeah, let's get into this because this happened yesterday.
Okay, yeah,
I'm
send
afraid
us the
so.
story of what happened with what's his face, and Bunda's on the chat. Hi, Bunda.
Hello,
Who's
Bunda.
Speaking? God, it's your God, the God of the Ravens flock.
Jose Casabona will
No,
suffice. Thank
we're
you.
talking about Angel, the big
Well,
ass
no,
voice.
you
this
see,
guy, the invisible
Joe
voice.
is the god because he's the creator. Juan is the son because he's the manager. And as the unseen voice, I am the Holy Spirit.
We're the divine trinity of assholes in front of a camera.
Yes.
But wait.
En el nombre del Padre, del Hijo y del Espíritu Santo, la Ravens Flock te envía la bendición del día que viene tan viente para mantenerte con el pan que te da la sabiduría y el agua que tomas cada día. Amén.
All is done as it is written.
Joe is in heaven. All is all right with the world.
Porque soy el
Okay.
reino, la tierra,
He's a good
la
guy's
gloria para
narrator.
ti para siempre. Amen.
All right, so Angel, do us a favor and send us the article on.
Just did.
Here it is. He just said, "Oh God!
All right, Juan,
It's
go
as
ahead and pull it
bad
up.
as you think it is.
Oh dear
Yeah.
shit!
Actually, you
I
know what,
found out
Angel?
about
We're going
this.
to let you take the helm on this one. Give us more details, please.
Holy
Thank you.
God!" in heaven.
Normally, I
Russia and
wait
Ukraine.
until the end before I say my piece, but this was published recently by the Daily Mail itself. Seattle woman at the age of 70 has been decapitated by her son, 29, in a brutal murder after he violated the no-contact order and lived in her house. This means that she already had... You guys know what a no-contact order is?
Yeah, it's get the hell out! Oh, get away from me! It's like it's basically a restraining order.
No,
Don't
this
talk-
is a level above a restraining order.
So
This
let's
is
go-
literally, you have already tried to harm this person. If we see you anywhere near them, you're going to jail forever. Well,
So it's even
according
worse.
to this information, Colin Boldizar, 29, has been arrested for the brutal murder of his mother, Lori Collins, who had a no-contact order against him. The crime took place on Wednesday morning in the quiet neighborhood in Shoreline, Washington. Apparently, a neighbor of Collins grew concerned after she noticed the woman's car was still in the parking spot and later heard screaming and thumping. The police performed a welfare check, but the son refused to let the officers inside the house. They forced their way in, and they found her dead body in the bedroom upstairs with a baseball bat nearby.
And he's being held on a $2 million bond. Holy crap, and this guy is a freaking gamer?
How old is this guy?
Yeah,
29?
he's 29.
29
He's
years
younger
old.
than us.
He's younger
Yeah,
than
it
us.
got bad. Apparently, when the police questioned him, he mentioned, "Oh no, we're just having an argument, and that's all it happened all the time," according to what the news said. When the deputies were unable to reach Collins by phone, they forced entry, and they made the gruesome discovery. Her body was found decapitated with a baseball bat near where she was found, according to the outlet. No more information has been released besides the fact that Collins had filed a no-contact order against her own son in May after a case of domestic violence. The police were aware of this order. The deputies asked him about the screams, and he insisted that it was just an argument. So they basically forced her in, beat it down, and they found a horrible, disgusting sight. The son is expected to be formally charged on July the 5th, due after the holiday weekend. So guess what? He gets to enjoy Independence Day with no independence before he has no independence ever again. According to the Facebook profile, he was a gamer who went under the name Sweets, which is already kind of sus. Apparently, he worked as a budget manager in the School of Theology in Seattle Pacific University, was known as a treasure college by the faculty, according to students and peers. The Seattle Pacific University Public Information Officer, Tracy Nolan, said in a statement to Daily Mail that the university is deeply saddened by the death of a longtime college. She was a loyal and dedicated assistant for many departments, and a faithful college whose devotion to Christ was evidenced through her work. She will be profoundly missed by this community. So there we have it. Just in case that the Smash community didn't have enough shady persons inside of them with accusations of sexual harassment and pedophilia flying rampant, now we have straight up murder. Wait, we have straight up matricide, because we got to go a few levels of bullshit to rhyme with this. And the fact that he had previous history is even worse because that order, no contact, is genuinely a tier higher than restraining. Because restraining means that you might be a threat to the person. No contact means that you are a threat to that person.
Oh my lord!
And there we have it.
Oh my god, this is
fucking
really
terrible,
fucked up.
man.
No, this is incredibly fucked up. First of all, the guy who did this, I hope he gets punished to like the maximum level of the
With a
law.
full
It's like
extent.
open and shut case.
Like that's
Yeah,
it. There's
it's
no
pretty
defense.
fucking open and shut. Yeah,
There's
put
no
his ass
defense.
in
He
jail.
needs to go away for good.
Yeah,
Bury
no,
him in a hole. Actually, here's a question. I understand that in prison, criminals dislike pedophiles.
yes, they
How do
do.
criminals feel about people who kill their own parents?
Probably not very well. According to
Let's
Seth
just-
Mind
well-
on the chat, he's saying this dude's gonna be playing a different Smash Bros in prison.
Let me put it this way.
Fuck!
Let me put it this way. There are worse weapons in prison that inmates can use that far supersedes that of that freaking black hammer in the game.
Oh, yeah, sounds good to me. Put him on the roster, drown him in the pool, and watch him fight against people who actually know how to throw a punch. Piece of
Oh
garbage.
god damn it!
As for the Smash Brothers community themselves, like on top of everything that you've listed off, all the vices and everything that's cast a big shadow, this one, holy fuck, this does not paint a good picture for the
Yeah.
Good fucking
Just fuck.
God, this guy's dead. He's so messed up. He is so screwed. Listen, I've had disagreements and I've had arguments with my mom in my time, but I've never wanted to do anything like that.
Yeah, no, not to the point where we wanted to commit matricide.
There's a
Jesus.
point where people do things that make the average decent human being like you and I go, but
Decent.
why the fuck? Like the brain is unable to understand how you get to that point. How do you escalate that this is what you consider to be the proper decision? Most likely this feels like a crime of passion, doesn't appear to be premeditated. But the fact that it got to that point to begin with is already insane.
Holy crapola! Saying I met salty players, but that's salty is in his player. That's the saltiest player that I have ever. That's the saltiest player I've ever heard of.
Angel, like,
Says
was this
Sound
guy?
Mind.
Was
Holy
this
shit?
I was gonna say, was this guy like intoxicated? Was he on any type of drugs or anything?
No one knows. All they knew is that he already had a bad history with his mom, that he wasn't even supposed to be there in the first place, and that's it. He just killed her. There seems to be no other information, and that makes it worse, because that means that he most likely did so voluntarily under his full will and control.
Yo, I hope you don't go. You guys don't mind.
No. This is a completely escalated level. I mean, Angel, as a video gamer, I mean, you're probably fucking like upset and disgusted by this.
Beyond that point, as a son who loves his mother very much, I am beyond appalled by such depravity. It's not the kind of thing that I hear about very much, but it's the kind of shit that makes me want to hug my mom and kiss her. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. I'll be right back.
Like, it's one of those moments where, like, okay, we got disagreements, but I still love you.
Exactly.
You're like, okay, you're an older lady, and we've got issues.
We have issues. We have differences, but I love you.
But I love you very much.
Yes.
I will not bash our mom in the head with a baseball bat.
No.
Ever.
Or nor
No,
decapitate her.
Jesus Christ, this guy. I hope you guys don't mind, but like Steph the alternate, she does like true crime stories and shit. I'm gonna send this to her.
Yeah.
She's gonna fucking flip her lid.
All right. Let me.
Yeah, I would like her to know about this too. Also, I'm back.
Okay, let me go ahead and take control here. Yes, go ahead and send that over to Steph the Alternate,
God!
because she does cover these stories on her channel.
She covers
And
true
more
crime shit.
importantly-
Oh my God.
And more importantly, this is a story that we're going to want to do a follow-up on depending on the time frame. We might cover it on the next episode of the Black Files.
I doubt
As
it.
always, we will keep you folks posted on this
I'm
this
sending
developing
this to
story.
Steph now.
I apologize for dropping such heavy news right at the start of the show.
No,
Normally,
this
this is something that I would have said for myself, but I literally just found out about it like a minute ago before I told you guys.
No,
It's okay.
oh, by
Angel,
all means.
Angel, do us all a favor, and I want you to keep your ears, like, keep us posted on the updates on the story, because we're gonna want to do a follow up here on this channel.
You got it, my man.
And
I'll let you know the moment I find out anything.
And no, Sound Mind, this didn't happen in Florida. This is not a Florida man, thank God.
For
this
once,
happened in Seattle,
no.
Washington.
In the Seattle area, in
In
Washington.
Seattle.
Even Florida man will look at this shit and go, wow, bro, no, too far.
Yeah, buddy, you need to take it down a notch, like a big notch, like 1 million notches down.
We started at 0. We escalated to 3 billion light years.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Oh,
Yeah, that
another-
was gonna be really hard to segue from talking about murder to.
Oh no, we're gonna like, we got plenty of stuff. Like, okay, folks.
Well, you know what? Let's go
Find
ahead
a
and
way.
get into it right now, because the best thing about to covering all the news that we're about to talk about right now, this next bit happens in a world of fantasy.
Thank God.
Okay, first of all, Angel, you should be relieved. This isn't the story that we're gonna cover yet. We'll torture you and me and a little bit of him, especially down here, in a few minutes. But first, we have a different fantasy story. The fantasy world of professional wrestling, aka
Oh, boy.
Jose's dream come true.
All right, before we get
turning
into that,
a living fucking nightmare.
all right, I was gonna save that for after, but yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it right now. Let me go ahead and pull up the article, because before we talk about the bullshit of the wrestling story, no. Here we go. We are going to talk about.
You're talking about the greatest team of all time, the greatest way to
Oh,
cross over. We're crossing over
this
with all
guy,
these
dude.
professional wrestling. We're going to the forbidden door.
Now, let's let Joe say his piece. This is his moment and his spotlight. And even if it means talking about that squandering little pile of wireframe that looks like a human being, it still deserves to be told.
All right, so here we go. Now, I've covered this on our latest episode of Wrestle Rewind. The main event was purely awesome. Jon Moxley capturing the interim AEW World Title against New Japan's own Hiroshi Tanahashi. And the pay-per-view, the Forbidden Door event, was a monumental success. Every wrestler from All Elite Wrestling and New Japan Pro Wrestling got a chance to shine. We crowned an inaugural All Atlantic champion. We had one of the best match of the night, which is freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy versus Will Ospreay. And yeah, everything was pretty good in the numbers. The Chicago crowd was great. Now, an article that I pulled up here, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, the Forbidden Door estimated between 125,000 to 127,000 pay-per-view buys.
Hey,
Wow.
good for that. That means
That's okay. That's pretty good numbers. Damn.
That is pretty good numbers. It actually let me take a look here.
Send me the link so we could share the news with the folks. Which, by the way, Soundmind is saying that Money in the Bank is going to be airing later tonight.
Yes,
It's actually this evening. Yay!
Yes, indeed. WWE Money in the Bank is airing tonight on pay-per-view and on the WWE Network and Peacock.
Watch it on the cock.
For those who want to watch the WWE
On the cock.
On the cock.
Speaking of which, the new place I moved in, there's just peacocks flying around sometimes.
Really? You just
Yeah.
got those preening, colorful motherfuckers just jumping around, just fucking.
There's like
They're
one
French
male
turkeys.
one and like 3 females.
All right.
Oh, Bunda's got the right question over here. How many of those are domestic buys?
All right, so let me go ahead and read the details. According to this article from the Wrestling Observer newsletter,
So, Uncle Dave, take it for what it's worth. If it's not self-flating enough as it is.
Okay, this article is written by a guy named Josh Nason. So, Meltzer said that the early estimates shows the streaming buys through Fight TV and Bleacher Report are down 18%, while traditionally cable buys are down nearly 24%. Now, let's see here. Let me go here to Double or Nothing. All right, so doing a comparison, Meltzer said that the pay-per-view just got 7,000 buys on the New Japan World streaming services for the New Japan Pro Wrestling, but it also aired live from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. local time on Monday in Japan. Now, that's international. That's as close to international buys as I'm getting at. So,
Yeah, but he was asking about domestic buys. How many of those are like here in the U.S.?
okay, I think the 125 to 127,000 is the domestic buy.
No, that's
No.
total.
That's total. Well,
be
it doesn't
fair,
say
though-
it doesn't say here, but it does. But we do get more information here. This is a tweet from the CEO Tony Khan. So take it for what it's worth.
I think I should actually read that, if I may.
No, I don't want you to make a. No, you've already made a mockery out of it. All right, knock it off. You've had your chance to shine. Calm down.
We need the public to understand what he's actually saying.
Fine, but just
please.
read it accurately and don't overdo it, please.
Thank you to everyone, especially wrestling fans around the world, that made the last Sunday's Forbidden Door event a hit with under approximately $1 million in ticket sales and over $5 million in pay-per-view buys. We're back for Wednesday night at AEW Dynamite on TBS Network, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Pacific. Guys, take blood and guts tomorrow.
This was, of course, posted days ago before their TV special Blood and Guts, which I've also covered on this channel. But yes, they made $1 million in ticket sales and $5 million on pay-per-view buys.
And Bunda's actually got a good point over here. It makes more sense if it was on multiple streaming apps. If you actually have the shit, make it exclusive to one app, or if you have to go international, make it in an international streaming service of some kind where you can get a big ticket deal, where you can actually force folks to get into one pathway, or at least easier to track pathways.
Much like WWE with Peacock.
As stupid as it is, yeah.
Well,
as stupid
Hey,
as
if it's
the-
convenient, can you really call it stupid
No,
if it
as
works?
in stupid as in the people running the company and that shit. But say what you want about that, they at least know, hey, if you want to watch our stuff, this is where you go. Here only here. Come to this app, come to this service to watch it. That way, when we actually need numbers and can measure properly, we can do so. Because
Well-
we got over here pay-per-view and the domestic pay-per-view, international pay-per-view, and the streaming service and the other streaming service and the cock.
Actually, you know what?
It's-
Let me hang on just a second here. First of all, I do want to offer a counterpoint that with the merger of Discovery and Warner Media, since AEW is going to be working with them, they might provide a possibility for AEW to have a streaming service from Warner Media.
So
in the future.
You really think that Warner Media, who are already looking to try and shave as much fat and as much trim off the skim as they can, you really think they're going to give AEW a streaming platform? Are you kidding me?
I said it's a possibility. I never said it was a certainty.
I didn't say it was a possibility or a certainty. I was saying, is that feasible? Is that realistic in a business standpoint? You're over here trying to say that, they might give them an app when this merger is looking for reasons to cut down in order to streamline.
Then let's play it safe and say that on that subject, it is too early to tell.
Here's the thing, though. You are both asking the wrong question. The question is not whether they're going to do it. The question is how thoroughly they're going to fuck it up.
That is a very good question.
Good point.
Now, unfortunately,
Because we know how these people operate.
Holy shit!
Unfortunately, I couldn't find anything on Google on domestic numbers, Angel, but those are the numbers as it stand right now. And both the folks in AEW and New Japan, they consider it a success to the point where even during the press conference, the president of New Japan mentioned that they want to do it again, but on their turf in Japan, because apparently their 50th year anniversary of New Japan Pro Wrestling is coming very soon.
Oh,
that would
big
be a
times,
nice
big shows.
celebration there. Bundo
All
in the
right.
chat saying, by the way, WWE numbers are misleading as well. Since it's okay, Peacock, we don't know how many of those subs are there exclusively. Since it's on Peacock, we don't know how many of those subscribers are there exclusively for wrestling. You've got a point there, Bunda. The issue is not whether or not WWE is going to be honest about it. They're not. They went over here. They fluff up. Fucking Vince McMahon fluffs up the crime he gets charged and then acquitted for as if it's the greatest crime on earth. You remember the fucking...
I investigated myself, and I realized that I am innocent of all charges.
No, worse. No, you heard what he said? He's like, oh, I've been charged with something that no one else has ever been charged with before and has never been charged with since. Like, you dipshit! We're talking about whether or not you were charged with trafficking steroids back in the 90s. You stupid old fuck!
Actually,
I have invented a new war crime just to ensure that I'll be the only one charged for it.
What the fuck?
Actually, you know what? That was a good time to get into it. Hey, Juan, what's more weird than seeing Vince McMahon wrestle in 2022?
Why, seeing Logan Paul wrestle.
Yes!
2022. That's right. The other news story that we have in the world of pro wrestling, a.k.a. the world that Jose loves so much to the exclusion of all else. Logan Paul, the YouTuber, the Vine boy, the dude bro of all dude bros who failed upward into success and money and fame and bitches and fame and money and bitches and bitches and bitches, has now signed an actual working contract with World Wrestling Entertainment. If you don't believe us, you can go see him actually gush about it on WWE's channels, on their TikTok apps, on their stuff. But I'm not going to fucking play it. I'm not going to
All right. Well, I have the article.
He does have an article.
I do have an article.
And we'll share that.
Yes, indeed. Let me go ahead and send the article over to you.
With all the lovely folks.
Now, before I get into the details, I will say this. I will say this to Logan Paul's credit, he did
need a cable. I gotta strangle myself.
Yeah. Chill, please.
No.
Thank you.
Self-strangulation is the only way. I'm going out David Carradine style.
Let me be objective about this. All right. So to Logan Paul's credit, and I did see video footage of WrestleMania. I didn't watch that match specifically, but Logan Paul actually put up a pretty good show. He actually pulled off a lot of good wrestling spots during his match. I mean, he was no Bad Bunny, but he held his own. He actually won his match with The Miz against Rey Mysterio and his son Dominic Mysterio in one of the first matches.
Shit, we're getting raided again by Steph the Alternate of the Alternate community.
Oh, no.
We're getting raided! Shit!
We got raided!
Run!
As soon as we talk about Logan Paul, we get Steph the Alternate here. Oh my goodness.
She's
we triggered the algorithm.
You know what?
She felt it.
I was going to use an extension cable to try to choke myself out for the stupidity of Logan Paul.
Stop it. Quit being
but
dramatic.
I have something to live
Sit
for
down.
now.
All right. Now
He found a reason to live, and that is called clout.
All
He
right.
will
Clout with
later
my
give him a reason
friends.
to die.
All
But
right,
for
but
now,
let's-
we will do good enough.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get into it. So the headline reads, according to Forbes, YouTuber Logan Paul signs on with WWE. Controversial YouTuber creator Logan Paul, who has made a second career for himself as a fighter with circus-like boxing matches. Circus. Yeah, that's a good term.
Well,
Like
he is a
Floyd-
freaking walking circus. The
With-
guy's a joke.
Yep, with Floyd Mayweather and fellow YouTuber KSI inked a contract with professional wrestling company WWE, which was announced on Thursday. Let's see.
God.
Logan Paul, 27 years old, and announced Paul's contract signing online, offered few details of what he'll be doing for the promotion. Now let's see.
Except he's going to go at SummerSlam against The Miz because he's got a feud, and SummerSlam always happens in L.A., right?
Yeah, according to MMA,
God.
MMA Fighting has reported that Paul apparently signed a multi-year deal with.
No! What multi-years? Why?
Many more years. All the years. The Logan Paul experience. You know what I just realized, guys?
What?
I think Logan Paul might be like the thematic opposite of PewDiePie.
How?
Well, think about it this way. Logan Paul began doing normal content that people liked but didn't talk about much. And then he hit controversy and became incredibly well-known and extremely obnoxious. He remained in the United States, and now he's getting himself involved into increasingly controversial projects to hang on to the fame and the spotlight. PewDiePie began as incredibly obnoxious and slowly subdued himself as his content got better, while ironically losing more clout on the internet. The difference is that Pewds got his wife, moved to Japan, and lived happily ever after at the end.
Oh my goodness. Hey, Angel,
Yeah,
by the
actually,
way.
yes. And I love all the hearts in the chat, by the way,
Thank you
folks.
very much
Oh,
for all the emojis.
thank you.
Thank you, Steph the Alternate. Woot woot for the Alternate raid.
Hey, folks,
To all
we
of you,
prefer
my
black and
sincere
purple
thanks.
Hearts if you'd be so kind.
Yes, more
Give
black
us
than purple,
rotten
but yes.
hearts.
Especially this black heart right here.
By the way, guys, get a load of this. This is another detail that's from the Forbes article. Guess how much money Logan Paul made last year?
What?
I'm guessing a couple of million. Give or take.
$18 million. That's how much Forbes reported Paul made
Damn.
last year, making him the 9th top earning YouTuber of 2021.
No.
What content does this guy do again? I forgot.
What?
Yeah, what's his content again? Like, let's be honest. All I remember of Paul is that time he went on vacation to Japan and disrespected the dead.
Okay.
That's kind of all I remember of him.
Okay. He likes doing stunts. He likes doing like crash TV shit. Like, oh hey, I got controversy with this other person, and oh my brother's banging my girlfriend, and oh my dad is Frenching a girl who's a third his age. This
That kind of shit.
Crash TV,
Controversy
you know,
bait,
that
basically.
kind of stuff that exists only in the 2000s.
See, that's how you know he's doing it for the fame. Because most people who made that money, if they weren't in it for the spotlight, they would have just disappeared from the face of the earth by now.
God Almighty.
And it's no surprise, Angel, that you don't know about Logan Paul. It's okay.
It's
we know
okay.
we know you don't pay attention to assholes.
It's okay.
I don't really
alright.
like look that much into like the deep down dark areas of who's famous right now, because the internet is fickle. Whoever is famous now might become hated the next day. Treasure to trash. It can go like that in one day or less.
Why? Why a multi-year deal? This is hot.
Because the fans and apparently the higher-ups in the WWE were impressed with his performance at WrestleMania. That's why.
For those of you who may or may not know, since you don't follow pro wrestling, I assume safely that most of the folks, especially those of y'all who charged in the Alter Nerd Tribe raid, thank you, by the way. If you don't know pro wrestling, this year at WrestleMania, there was a tag team match, Blair.
Holla, holla, holla.
Where we had
Ooh, nice.
Rey Mysterio, the legendary Mexican luchador, and his son, Dominic Mysterio, take on The Miz, Mike Mizanin, who was also a reality TV star when he started off,
And starred in many straight-to-DVD movies.
including the Marine 5, the Marine 6, like what is it, Christmas Wish Marine, where Paige was an evil elf.
I don't know. I don't watch movies that go straight to DVD.
Neither do I.
Hey,
Teaming with Logan
the Return
Paul.
of Jafar wasn't bad.
No, you're right. It wasn't bad.
Okay, not all movies straight to DVD was bad.
Okay. However, in the actual match itself, Logan Paul, for what it's fucking worth, he went in completely like, okay, I've got athleticism. He used to be a high school wrestler. He used to be a dude bro, like working out. Obviously, he keeps himself in shape. And he's very athletic. He has to be if he's going to be doing these crazy, stupid dude bro stunts. He went in and threw his hat in professional wrestling. He went into the match with The Miz. They defeated the Mysterios, only
Damn.
for The Miz to stab him in the back at the end of the match. Because fuck Logan Paul. The only thing that I agree with as far as The Miz is concerned in terms of his career. Okay.
Wait a second. Juan, you're playing into it. You are the captive audience. That is exactly what they wanted. Think about it. Logan Paul has a 50-50 audience. People who like his stupidity, people who hate his guts. What better way to show him off than to bring him into the ring so he can show off his stupidity and then have him be backstabbed to the people that hate his guts? This is commercialism 101. They planned this. They knew they could get him here because his controversy brings views. In fact, I guarantee you we're going to see more than that. You know what would be the biggest surprise of this?
Hang on a minute,
What if
Angel.
he
I want
turns
to
keep
into a
going.
wrestler?
Go on.
What if he turns into a really good wrestler? What if this is the climax of his development? What if this everything was leading up to this moment What if this is the new face of WWE?
You know, Juancho, hang on. Hang on. I want to conclude by saying this, Juan, not to borrow a line from Triple H, but you're playing their game, bro.
I mean, to be honest, this would not be the most controversial thing a wrestler has done. But the idea of getting all the attention in person and pleasing both the lovers and the haters, I mean, he would go for that. That sounds perfect for him. In fact, that sounds exactly what we want.
Yeah, no, I get it. And to Logan Paul's credit, like, he's not the first outsider celebrity to step in the ring. They've had plenty. They had Bad Bunny in 2021. They also had Pat McAfee, who was a former NFL football player, and he's now doing color commentary for the WWE. So they've had people outside of wrestling step into the ring and to try their chops.
So there you go. It appears that we are witnessing another step into his career. He's going to turn into a wrestler. And you know what? Anything that keeps him away from the Suicide Forest is fine with me. As long as he's making a fool out of himself in the ring, they have control over him not doing stupid shit in real life.
Hang on a minute, Juancho. I want you to picture this in your head. Logan Paul getting his ass kicked by all of your WWE favorites. I'm pretty sure you still have some in 2022.
But Eddie Guerrero's dead.
He'll come back from the dead just to kick his ass. And you'll be like, yes! And Vince McMahon will be like, yes! While holding your money in his hands.
No, about the
narrative.
Don't do it, Juan. Please, think of your sanity. And what's
It's
sanity?
all to fuel the narrative. You are caught in an eternal cycle, except that instead of life and death, it's the cycle of entertainment and disappointment. The cycle of ethos and pathos. This is exactly what they want to give you because they know deep down in your heart, in your very soul,
this is exactly what you want.
I think you broke Juan again, Angel.
Hi, K-Storm. I hope you're doing okay.
Oh, yeah. K-Storm also broke Juan. And also, Angel says hi to K-Storm. So, folks, what do you...
Hey, K. What's up? Love to see you.
He'll be fine. So, folks, what do you think about the of Logan Paul signing with the WWE? Let us know in the comment section right now. So, yeah, controversy aside, make no mistake, and it's already written on the wall, Logan Paul is going to have quite a run. Whether he's wrestling full-time or whether he's wrestling part-time, he's gonna draw in big crowds because there's still fans who like him.
Yeah. And he's going to draw bigger crowds because there's people who hate them. What would you call those again? What's the name of a wrestler who gets his money out of being hated by the public? You guys mentioned that term a few times.
A heel.
There you go.
Fuck!
He was born a heel. We have witnessed the greatest character development of a heel in history because he wasn't even a wrestler before he began to turn into one.
Way to get meta, Angel. Jesus.
What the fuck? Shelly Fitzgerald on the chat. Hello, Shelly. Anyone remember Classy Freddie Blassie? Yes, he was.
Yes. An old school name. A legend.
Oh, my Lord, everyone. Laura, Mistress Meg. Oh, snap. Oh, my God. And the lady in the back is K-Storm. That is my gorgeous, pretty, beautiful wife.
Yes, indeed.
And
folks, of course, let us know in the comments what you think of... If any of you have ever watched the Forbidden Door events with New Japan and AEW.
Or give us your thoughts on Logan Paul defiling the noble profession of professional wrestling. Defiling it with his gross stupidity. The motherfucker went out at WrestleMania wearing a $2 million Pokemon card on his neck. Like a badass, and I fucking hate that he's flaunting that much money, and I gotta strangle him. Okay, I'm not gonna strangle myself anymore. I know what I'm gonna do.
You're not gonna strangle me, because I will.
I'm just gonna go after him, and I'll just freaking strangle him. I don't give a damn. I don't give a fuck.
Well, you see, that only means that the only solution is for you to become a face as opposed to his heel. You too must become a famous YouTuber. You too must start incredible controversy, and you too must step into the ring and beat him down. It's the only way.
Okay, but
otherwise his power will overcome the ring.
But at the same time, we also said here on this program we would not go and murder people, Juancho.
Oh,
but then
fun.
again, Logan Paul ain't his mama, so I
Yeah,
guess.
true.
Yeah.
Logan Paul's not my mama. I promise, as we discussed earlier, the gamer who decapitated his mom and is now in jail and is facing trial. We will not ever decapitate our mom. Damn, Logan Paul ain't my mom, so
I said
Batter
to
up!
myself,
let's see.
this
Yvonne.
wrestling ring was a tool of justice, not to be used in vengeance. But now I'm not so sure. And besides, this isn't my ring.
Let me see.
A comment from Yvonne. Yvonne, sorry, peeps. It's 1:30 a.m. over there. She's
Oh,
UK.
damn.
Thank you, Yvonne. You're going ahead and get some sleep.
Thank you very much
If you
for
liked it,
subbing.
subscribe. Thank you for joining us here. Oh, my God. It's okay. Whatever he's booked for, he could be a good face after a short heel run, says Random Dude Draws. Yes, thank you, Random Dude Draws. Mistress Meg, Ivan Pulaski, Pepper Gomez, Andre the Giant. I miss real wrestlers.
Okay.
Of course, he is a joke. Says Logan Paul is a fucking joke. You're right, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's someone they can't sell as either heel or face.
Just remember, folks,
Oh.
regardless
He's
of
a spectacle.
controversy, the WWE has proven that they will do absolutely anything to get any type of project, any one of their guys over on television. They'll do whatever it takes.
I'm
Exactly.
gonna calm down and drink more caffeine.
Please
I'm
do
gonna
calm
leave
Please
it
do.
to you, Jose, and
So-
to Angel.
So, Angel, let's go ahead and talk something that's actually not wrestling related. Oh, hey, we're gonna bring up something that I like that's outside of wrestling. So, it has been announced by Rooster Teeth, and they made the announcement, and they were teasing it that during this weekend of RTX, the Rooster Teeth convention over in Austin, Texas, that they were going to give us more info on the upcoming Volume 9 of Ruby.
Oh boy.
And-
They already dropped a really tasty little clip on YouTube to show what's going on so far.
And we saw, and they released 2 videos. One of them was a teaser trailer to Volume 9, and the other was a clip from one of the from I'm guessing the first episode, a small little clip where it shows Ruby Rose navigating through some weird dimension that she landed in at the end of Volume 8, and she's completely lost, and she befriends a talking mouse.
That's right. So, just in case the world wasn't bizarre enough, there was something that I noticed in the clip, but the weather itself seemed to change depending on Ruby's mood. It may have been just some thematic thing that they picked for the sake of the scene, but then again, we're in some weird island in the middle of the void in God knows where the hell. So, hey, who knows?
Or maybe they borrowed an idea from Back to the Future 2 when they traveled into the future and then it was raining and then the raining instantly stopped and it's sunny. I don't know.
It might be. It might be. I mean, who knows?
But then again, so, yeah, Angel, what do you think? You saw the video clips. What are your thoughts on the teaser?
Well, obviously, they're not really telling us much except the fact that they're talking mice now. I gotta say, props to the voice actress of Ruby Rose, because she managed to actually get her voice back to normal after 6 seasons of trying to reach increasingly high pitches of volume. She actually sounds like a normal person now, so congratulations on that. And at this point, like I said, I'm just holding my expectations in for the next one. The anime of Ruby, Ice Queendom, just came out. 3 episodes, pretty cool fights. Speed running season 1.
Absolutely.
So far, it's looking pretty good. So Rooster Teeth is gonna have to pull the stops. Otherwise, Japan is gonna have to show them how it's done.
Well, according to Rooster Teeth, Volume 9 will be premiering at the spring of 2023.
Shit, kind
It's
of
not
late,
even
but
happening now. We
okay.
gotta wait almost a whole year. What the hell?
That's jeez. Well, I mean, all right, we'll wait it out, I guess. But they better give us like some damn good fight scenes to make up for that, because their choreography has been lackluster. Come on, guys,
It
get your
has
shit
been
together.
lackluster, but that doesn't mean that we didn't get anything out of the last volume. We got something out of the last volume. We finally got a backstory from Cinder, which took them long enough. And I don't know about you, Angel, but I was personally satisfied when I saw like Winter Schnee finally become the Winter Maiden and dealing some
Jose
pretty cool, awesome
Going
fights.
nuts over anime girls and
Oh yeah, no, that was pretty cool. It was just kind of a shame that it was pursued by so many twists and turns. Oh shit, we're gonna give it to Winter. No way, we gave it to the robot girl. John, what? Are you the main character? Maybe.
that
Too
one
bad.
was a
You're the main
little-
character now. Killed her.
That one was,
Kill the waifu.
that one was a little.
Kill the robot waifu.
Yeah,
Oh
that-
no, she had a soul.
Yeah, that part. Yeah, no, the part where they gave it to to Penny first, that was a little confusing.
The beep boop waifu.
Yeah.
She
Exactly.
dead now.
But that being said, so yeah, with Ruby Ice Queendom already out and Volume 9 already coming on the way to be released next year, you know, they're on the right track, right?
Yeah, but please forgive my skepticism. They were in the right track a long time ago. They have plenty of time to get back in the right track, and they didn't. So I'm just gonna keep watching both shows and see what happens. But I'm not expecting much out of the original at this point.
Also, I want to hit up on the chat. I see Susie says, I never heard of Logan Paul. My hubby has, but he follows wrestling. So you know, you don't have to know wrestling to know Logan Paul, and you don't have to know Logan Paul to know wrestling. All you have to know is Logan Paul's a YouTuber who's a dick, who got money, fame, and bitches, and has parlayed that into going into celebrity boxing, and now he's done pro wrestling, and it's the worst thing ever, and everyone's angry and sad, and WWE is seeing dollar signs over this. That's all you need to know.
It's the worst thing ever, exactly as planned.
You know what is a good time?
Wayward Wiz. I do not know who Wayward
Oh.
Wiz is. Hello. They're asking, are you streaming Bleach panel here? We are not streaming a
No, we're not
Bleach
streaming any
panel.
Bleach panel.
That wonderful graphic you see is Angel's avatar because he's camera shy.
Because Angel
No,
Mendez
it's
had
because
Bleach
my
go
camera
hand in
is
hand.
broken.
Oh,
And
yeah.
actually, it wasn't meant to be on Bleach. It was meant to be based on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. My little brother drew it for me. His name is Toy Slasher on Instagram. Please go check out his amazing art.
I'm gonna pull up.
Yeah, go
his
right
link
ahead.
and stuff.
But yeah, with all the headways that Rooster Teeth making, I guess now is a good time to come out with a movie, right?
Yeah. I mean, they already had a theatrical release, so why not make an actual proper film? Excuse me, that
Alright.
big ball of bullshit was locked inside my throat.
Because yeah, I know. Because we haven't had enough bullshit nerd news today. Let me
We're
go ahead
living
and
in it,
find
bro.
this because this is gold, man. It's amazing.
No, not like this.
Oh, it's exactly like this, Angel. You're gonna eat that pine cone too, bitch.
No, it's so dry and it has no nutritional value.
All right, so here we go. So, Ruby is currently according to the Ruby Twitter site. They are working on a first feature film, which is coming out in 2023, called Ruby Justice League. A crossover movie coming in 2023. The film will introduce a new original Ruby
Fuck
DC
me.
crossover story with the Justice League. The Ruby Justice League comic book series was a breakthrough hit, and this will expand the world of the crossover with a wholly original story.
What?
Rooster Teeth is currently in production on the film, animated and produced by the same team that produced Ruby in partnership with Warner Brothers Animation and Warner Brothers Home Entertainment, which is set to premiere.
In 2023. Okay.
Because apparently I haven't broken it, and we haven't broken enough people. Juan, please don't pass out again.
I need alcohol.
I need sugar. I need lots and lots of processed, granulated fucking sugar right now.
Now, Angel.
By the way, folks, I'm diabetic. I'm asking for. I've got a death wish over here.
Now,
All
Angel,
right?
I know
What the hell?
Now, on this program, Angel, now some time ago, I know you've at one point covered the trend of superhero comics, specifically the DC comics. I think we've talked about it before, haven't we?
Yes, mainly the fact that for some inane, idiotic reason, current writing on the DC has been reduced to what can only be described as glorified young adult novels. Lots of drama, lots of crying, lots of blatant, stupid, idiotic exposition and politicizing. Very little in the way of actual fighting and adventures. For lack of a better term, the DC, and to another extent, the Marvel companies, specifically the comics, have been suffering greatly from a severe lack of good writers. Just genuinely good writers have become very hard to find in there.
If you don't believe us, just look, Google, just type into Google, "I'm not Starfire."
Yeah.
Oh no, please don't.
So, Angel, did you at one point, I don't know if you've done it because you're not drunk, but Have you at one point like skimmed through any of the comics of DC and Ruby crossovers? You know,
I
the
skimmed through-
Breakthrough comics, which is a success.
Okay, so I skimmed through one volume. I'm not gonna tell you much because I actually forgot what the plot was. Oh, that should tell you something. All I remember is most of the volume was relationship drama. The art looked mid as fuck, and there was. I think it ended with Team Juniper being mind control and having to fight the good guys, and Batman was an actual bat, like a bat faunus. It was weird.
What? A bat faunus?
Yeah, because, bats.
Batman, the Dark
Get it?
Knight, the sworn
No.
defender of Gotham City, the world's greatest detective, is an actual Batman.
Yes.
What?
Oh, and
Okay,
by the way,
I've
all
seen
those fancy
Elseworlds
titles.
Stories. I've seen Elseworlds stories where he's an evil vampire guy, the Injustice Among Us, Gods Among Us thing.
Yeah.
I've seen the Man-Bat character who is like a genetically screwed with dude who transforms into a bat and causes havoc and destruction.
We also watched Batman versus Dracula. That was fun.
That was
No,
pretty cool.
The Batman versus Dracula. That was fun, and it was corny. He called himself Alucard, which obviously that got our weeby Van Helsing, tickles out of it.
I loved it.
But sweet merciful crap, man.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, all those fancy titles that you put on the Cape Crusader, you can just scrape those in the garbage. The premise of Ruby DC Justice League, if I recall correctly, is that we took the cast of Justice League, turned them into teenagers, and then simply spliced them into the cast of the existing Ruby show.
No.
And they're still doing the exact Justice League thing. It's basically Teenage Vigilantes.
What?
This is...
No.
It's Justice League
is
with
a
the
fan
serial
fiction.
numbers found off. It's fan fiction. It's fan fiction.
They're butchering
In fact,
Batman.
yeah.
For goodness sake, they're making shit.
How do they reconcile Superman? That's what I
They
want
don't.
to fucking know. How do they reconcile the last son of Krypton?
Oh God! Please tell me how
me
they
see.
wrote the Man of Steel
Okay,
Angel.
Laura
What did they
is
do
saying
with
thank
him
you. They're
again?
saying good night. Good night, Laura. We hope you're doing well. And they're asking who is Logan Paul. Yeah, no, and
everybody's asking who the
Soundmind.
fuck is Logan
Don't
Paul.
worry about it. We moved on
I'll
from
do
Logan
you
Paul.
one better. Why is
Yeah,
Logan
no.
Paul? Ah,
Yeah, no, it's just Clark Kent is a student at Beacon Academy, and his power is the semblance called Sun Empowerment, which gives him power by absorbing. It's just so fucking Superman.
I'm fucking done.
I'm done.
Yeah, no, this is just
Okay,
fucking
I'm not
stupid.
drunk.
It's just.
I'm-
It's just a weird fanfic that somebody got enough budget to make reality for no reason. And yeah, there. Oh, wait, hang on. I almost forgot. Give me a minute.
Mistress Meg is saying,
Yeah,
like
go right
Teen
ahead,
Titans.
Angel.
Actually, you know what? Teen Titans would have been a better
Yeah.
fit. If
Honestly, that would have fit better.
That would have been
but
cool.
it doesn't matter. This is just a fanfic. And just like every other fanfic, it wastes a huge amount of time on relationship crap, lame-looking fights, and mid-looking art. It's utterly forgettable, but it's DC and Ruby, and those names have enough power that we can afford a movie. So on one hand, the animation is going to look great. On the other, yeah.
Oh, they're saying goodnight to someone
Yeah.
else.
Okay,
Okay,
no,
that's
yeah.
what Laura's saying.
So, folks,
Sorry,
let
yeah.
us know in the comments. Are you excited for? If you ever watch Ruby, are you excited for Ruby Volume 9 coming out next year? Are you excited for this outrageously insane crossover of Ruby and the Justice League? I can't even finish the title.
Christ.
Don't bother. Don't bother finishing the
Oh, my
title.
God.
I really do want to thank everybody who came in and stuck around.
Thank you.
after the
Thank you
initial
so
raid,
much.
By the way, we appreciate you all a lot. But this madness is just driving me up the wall. I'm too sober for this stuff, man. Okay.
Too sober for this shit. It's a good mood nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Oh
yes.
my
Like,
God.
I'm literally losing my head, and I'm trying to screw it back into place. Like, okay, in the span of 90 minutes tonight, we spoke of one asshole who's trying to take down our buddy Andy Signor. Fuck that person.
Then we talked about a con that was overcrowded.
Which led into us talking about a Smash Brothers gamer who martyred his own mother. Then we moved into Forbidden Door, going in for more crossover pay-per-view events.
To
into
Logan
Fuck
Paul.
Off Paul.
And into Ruby.
Ruby. I don't know which is the worst crossover. I don't know which is
I'll
the worst
tell you what's
crossover.
the worst
Ruby
crossover.
and DC or Logan Paul in pro wrestling. I don't know
Well,
which is worse. And
I'm
yes,
gonna
Steph,
go
thank you.
with this
Hashtag-
latest one because Logan Paul and WWE has the potential to be not good but entertaining, while Ruby and DC runs the risk of being both bad or boring, and we all know which one is worse.
But wait, Angel, what
Hard
if?
cider, I
hang
wish
on a
I could
minute.
hard cider.
Hang on a minute. What if it doesn't turn out boring? What if it turns out bad, but hilariously bad to the point where people actually like it?
Then it would actually be salvaged. But please consider the fact that we have reached such a low point with Ruby that we don't even consider the possibility of it turning good. We just consider this is either going to bore me or it's going to make me laugh for all the wrong reasons. Anyway, please go watch Ice Kingdom. Looks pretty cool.
Hey man, I'll take the latter any time of the day. I'm up to laughing at
Do you
things
have-
that are horrendously bad.
Please tell me you have at least one other story that you could help cleanse my palate or help me recenter my my very precarious grasp on
All right,
reality.
Angel.
What is real life?
All right.
What the hell?
Sega wants to turn Persona into a live-action show.
That's good.
I'm listening.
So,
I'm listening.
over the years, the Persona franchise has become really, really freaking big. The first two games, Persona 1 and Persona 2, I don't think they ever made it to the States until the existence of the PSP. And even then, they basically became very niche, with most of the information coming from the notoriously hard difficulty of Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne, featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series. Then, there was a strange paradigm change for PS2. Persona 3, later followed by Persona FES 3 Special Edition, came in and blew everybody away with its combination of turn-based RPG fighting, incredibly good social link build-up, and surprising combination of living your everyday life and fighting monsters during the night. And then came Persona 4, and its popularity fucking exploded. And then came Persona 5, and the hype reached levels the likes of which we haven't existed since the actual emancipation movement came into being. Long story short, Persona began small, and then it got really, really big. Now, nothing is officially in the works just yet, but Toru Nakahara, producer of the live-action Sonic the Hedgehog movies, says that Sega would like to explore the idea. Atlus's worlds are filled with high drama, cutting-edge style, and compelling characters. Stories like those from the Persona franchise really resonate with our fans, and we see an opportunity to expand the lore like no one has seen or played before. Together, Sega and Atlus are working to bring these stories and worlds to life through new mediums and new audiences. Now, it would seem that nowadays every popular series is being tried to adapt. We got Twisted Metal, The Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, the Super Mario Bros. Animated movie, and Netflix is going insane with this stuff too, doing Netflix, the Cuphead show, and hell, we got the Sonic the Hedgehog movies. So yes, it would seem that on a slight turn of turns, we might get, of all things, Persona, the live-action series. Now, I have no idea how the hell this is going to work. I mean, it's possible. It could work as a TV series, I think. But I don't know which Persona they're going to adapt or if they're going to just do their own thing. I don't know how to feel about this. Because on one hand, Sorry, go ahead.
They're either going to do their own thing or they're going to go with what's most popular right now in the Persona series. What's really, really popular and what they considered mainstream as far as Persona
Namely,
is concerned.
Persona 4 and 5, I think.
Yeah.
Specifically 4, which has been milked to death at this point.
I want to actually get to one question from Mr. Geek Me Out, who's asking, have you seen the celebrity list for Tampa Bay Comic-Con? I haven't actually looked at it. I know that William Shatner is going to be there. Of course, Christopher Eccleston, the Ninth Doctor, is going to be there as well.
My personal favorite.
I'm looking right now. We have Sean McGuire, Amy Chu, Kerry Payton from The Walking Dead,
Cyborg.
Michael Stapone. Yeah, that guy. We also have Andrea Muti, Dean Klein from Superman and Lois.
Dean Cain.
He's Superman.
No, yeah, no.
Kyle Herbert.
Lois
You might
and
know
Clark.
him as Gohan from the Dragon Ball series. We also have, Nolan North, the man who voiced everyone, everywhere, all the time.
Especially
We
Deadpool.
also have, we have James Murray from Impractical Jokers. Yep, there's William Shatner's. Gabe McFadden from Star Trek. Elizabeth Maxwell from My Hero Academia. Oh, shit, she was in Persona 2. She's the older sister of one of your party members.
Nice.
Charles Marinette, the voice of Mario, Wario,
Marinette.
Waluigi, and all sorts of people.
Yay.
And Jason David Frank, our
Green
boy.
Ranger
Green
himself.
Ranger.
Also, Summer Glau.
Summer Glau, yes, River
Yeah,
Tampa
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Firefly.
yeah.
Oh, my heart.
So yeah, we got lots of people there, some cool comic book actors, some people that I honestly never seen before, but it looks like they have a very big pile of peoples.
That's
Indeed.
actually pretty awesome.
That's crazy.
That's a great lineup, Angel. Thanks for reading it out.
Happy to assist.
Okay, getting back to Persona, possibly getting a live action series. I would go with trying to do an original story. That way, no one's bogged down with any sort of continuity or hey, they're not doing it exactly this way. Like, make it an original story. Make it like a 10-part series kind of thing. Make it like a limited run and get people to jump in on it and lose their shit.
Agreed.
That way, whatever sort of production value they manage to get in with Sega and Atlas getting into it, if they do it as a Netflix series, if they can do that, then fuck yeah, they've made their money, they've made their point, mission accomplished, great. Leave it at that and let the groundswell of the fans churn the rest of the way out, and should it yield enough praise and yield enough like positive feedback, let that dictate whether there'll be any more subsequent seasons or a direct adaptation of one of the games. That's
Fun
my
fact, that was already done.
and yes, all you alter nerds are still in the house, and I appreciate that.
Yay.
And
Thank
yes,
you.
Summer Glau, I see that from Susie, and I love River.
Yeah, a lot of
Tam-
love here for Summer here.
Fun fact, what Juan said actually already happened. After the success of Persona 3, they made a brief 20-something episode animated series called Persona Trinity, which had pretty much exactly an original character story and an original plot tangentially connected to the events of 3. But in itself, we meet absolutely like one character from 3, and everybody else is just OC Do Not Steal. Now, I don't know how well the animated series did. I don't know if it's that well known, but the point is it can be done. So I agree with you on that judgment. As long as it's done originally, it can do its own thing. And it's not necessarily something that should be too difficult to do. I think the best way you can describe Persona would be like urban fantasy. It's very grounded on the idea of the real world becoming a gateway to the supernatural world. And hell, the personas themselves are based on mythology because they are fragments brought forth from the sea of human consciousness. So, of course, they look like something that we find to be familiar. Honestly, the premise of Persona as a world, as a setting, is something that can be used. It can be properly utilized. You just have to give it good writing. You just have to make a good plot. Like, don't fuck this up with the writing, and you should be able to make this work. Hopefully. Maybe.
I agree. We'll see what happens. I think we have a little bit of... Oh, actually, I think we're pretty much out of time because I actually have a couple of announcements I'd like to make before we go.
Go ahead.
All right, let's go ahead. But folks, we want to hear. I know that not many folks are big into video gaming, but for those of you who are, or for those of you who are just curious about Persona, give us your thoughts about this little bit of news in the chat. Tell us what you think. If you know about Persona, go ahead and give us your take on a live-action adaptation. If you don't, why don't you go ahead and ask us about it? We'll answer whatever questions you got in the time we got left. And tell us what you think about this development of Sega going to the next step after the success of the Sonic movie so far. If they're going to
Get ready for the next battle.
Yeah, exactly. Now, a couple of announcements before we wrap up. First of all, let's get well, actually, I'll save the big announcement for last. First of all, the Black Files will be returning this coming Wednesday on July 6th.
And we have a special topic for it, which I hope it actually bleeds into what we're going to be talking about. The week after next is going to be MetroCon here in Florida, specifically in Tampa. That's July 15th through the 17th, hosted at the Tampa Convention Center. And we are actually going to be in attendance for the weekend, and we know that there are folks in the Florida cosplay and con community who are traveling into Tampa for MetroCon who are simply not ready for their con. So you can go ahead and jump in on this episode of the Black Files Wednesday night, 10 p.m.
And we will help you get ready.
You can give us your talk. We're going to talk about the convention. We're going to talk about our experiences with cons, our experiences with getting prepared for a convention or going to hotels and all that jazz. So that's going to extend into a bit that we're actually doing, because while we're at MetroCon,
We are going to be hosting a panel on Saturday of MetroCon. That's July 16th at 5 p.m. in the afternoon. And we will be, and this panel discussion is pretty simple. How we're dealing with the life of going to cons during the pandemic era, during the pandemic.
Exactly. We've all had to adjust.
Die.
We've all had to adjust the way we go to conventions, the way we prep ourselves, the way we have to deal with this stuff, and everyone has a COVID con story to deal with. Go ahead and
share the story, and and there is no judgments, there's no criticism. It's an open forum for everybody who attends the panel Saturday.
The only thing we have to say is the panel is PG-13, so we're gonna start the way we always do. Everyone gets one big F-bomb right at the beginning of the panel, and from there, we got to keep it PG with the language because it's the middle of the afternoon. We have to play nice.
Agreed. Now, another major announcement on the next edition of Wrestle Rewind, which is Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, I will be discussing the main event of the Impact pay-per-view event Against All Odds, where Josh Alexander defends the Impact World title against the Big Hoss from Violent by Design, Joe Doring, and I will be covering, and in one of my weekly reviews, I'll be covering the NXT TV special, The Great American Bash.
That it would be actually exciting, but wait, there's more. Angel, since you're finally coming back on next Saturday, why don't you go ahead and fill folks in with what we're going to be doing with Los Amigos Play?
Right. Well, first off, this Sunday,
Tomorrow.
somewhere between
We
tomorrow.
We don't talk about tomorrow yet, Angel. I'm saving it for last.
Oh, that's right. Well, normally I haven't been able to do this due to real life complications, but between 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m., me and the boys get together and we play some video games. This is known as Los Amigos Play, as a shout out to one of my favorites, now default YouTube channels. Currently, we're going through the journey of style, where we kill with skill in Devil May Cry 4, Nero's Reawakening, featuring Dante, also from the Devil May Cry series. We sit, we laugh, we joke, and I play as best as I can while the Peanut Gallery does their best to ruin my hard-earned S ranks. We hope that you will join us in the future for that one, because right after that show, we play with the Raven's Flock. So if you got the time to spare, please feel free to swing by, leave a like, a comment, and tell us what to do. We do it on the exact same channel, and we do it on the exact same streaming platforms. Until then, I do hope that I can see you all there, with my million opinions and absolutely no regrets.
All right, and now finally for the big announcement. You see, folks, I do save the big one for last. Starting tomorrow, we will be hosting
At 1 p.m.
at
Eastern
1 p.m.
time.
Eastern time. We are hosting our 4th subathon in this channel. The Ravens Flock presents the Race for Freedom.
Too long
That's
have we
right.
languished in mediocrity and low ratings. Too long have we, in the Ravens Flock, been held down when we're trying to help lift other voices up, when we have made our mission your voice, because we make your voice our mission. But how can we do that if we don't got the views, if we don't got the sub count, if we don't got the reach and the clout that we need? We need to be liberated. We shall liberate it all, and with your help, with the help of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Nintendo Switch, with the help of inglorious bastards joining us and challenging us, we will be liberated, and we will become the Sons of Liberty!
In the name of freedom and in the name of fun, we're going to be burning rubber, baby.
So
That's
tomorrow
right.
afternoon, only on our YouTube channel at 1 p.m. Eastern time, that would be, 10 a.m. Pacific time, and that would be 6 p.m. UK time.
Join us on the subathon. Join us on this subathon as we continue from where we left off in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Nintendo Switch, and we'll be playing more tracks that is available in the Booster Course Pass DLC.
So we live in the U.S. We're on the East Coast over here. So if you live in the U.K. area, that's 6 p.m. your time. If you're on the West Coast in the U.S., that's 10 a.m. your time. We're starting 1 p.m. our time. We're streaming it only on our YouTube channel. And I'm also going to have us put out our Nintendo Switch friend code.
Yay!
So if you've got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and if you want to race the Ravens Flock, you're on. Humiliate us if you dare.
Just a fair warning, we're not pushovers, especially
not.
me.
Yeah, we're complete fuck-ups instead. You're talking to the man that survived 5 car accidents. You don't want to be on the road with me.
It's true.
All right. And with that being said, I think we've covered all the major announcements. And folks, I do want to thank all of you for tuning in and watching and subscribing, especially the Alter Nerd tribe that came and rated us again for the second time in a row. We really appreciate that. We really appreciate that, Steph the Alter Nerd, and everyone who has supported her, who has jumped over to our channel. And everything that we do here, from all our programs to going to cons, to interview people, to talking with special guests, to grabbing coverage of photos and videos of cons, and for hosting quarter annual subathons here on this channel. Everything we do is all part of our creed back in 2013 to make your voice
our mission.
Now, with that being said, Juan, plug us away.
Don't mind if I do. Thank you very much for watching this week's live stream edition of The Ravens Flock, hosted by Jose Casabona, Angel Mendez, and yours truly, Juan Arouse, as we bring you news from all corners of geek culture, nerd culture, the con community, movies, TV shows, pro wrestling, video games, and everything in between, as we strive to cut to the truth of the matter and make your voice our mission. Join us every Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time as we simulcast on YouTube and Twitch. Remember to hit the subscribe and follow button and hit that notification bell so you could stay up to date on all of our content. We have 4 weekly live stream shows, so be sure to tune in for each one of them. Until tomorrow, where we give you the Race for Freedom at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube only. Continue to follow us on Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlockOnline, Twitch.tv/TheRavensFlockOnline, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock, humble home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and The Ravens Flock.
All right, folks, thank you very much for tuning in to another exciting live edition here on our flagship platform, on our flagship show.
We'll see you tomorrow, folks.
Nerds watching all over the internet, we are the Ravens Flock, and we are out.